says Houston, Texas on it. And
The zip code,
yeah. And I haven't mailed. I don't have anything in my logs going to Texas. I mean, dating a long time back.
Well, but for some reason, that's the zip code that got entered in at the time of mailing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's in Houston right now, that's what the tracking shows, but I can't, let me hand that back to you. I can't isolate a package. It was scanned as missent, but it keeps going to that station of that particular zip code.
Okay.
Because that was the zip code that was entered in. But when it keeps going there, whatever address is on there, because I can't view the address to see what I'm looking at, it doesn't belong to them, so they're scanning it as missent and sending it back out of their station. But all it was doing is going back to their processing plant because it's all automated, and it's going back to that same station, the original time and the next time. And right now, for the last 2 days, it's been at the processing plant because it doesn't know where to send it to. So it's not lost. It's just not where it needs to be.
Okay.
But to be able to isolate it, that I cannot do.
Well,
because the processing plant isn't like it's not like your local post office here where it's all contained. They're massive facilities. There's just not. You can't call there and go, I'm trying to look for a package. And right now at our.
This is gonna cost me a lot of money. This is gonna cost me a lot of money. This was an eBay package. It was fragile. Do not bend. I handwrite all my addresses. I handwrite, and I buy my letters here, and I handwrite these addresses, and I have no idea how Houston, Texas could have came out of Iota, Ohio.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that when
you guys can view the address on the particular package.
That's what I can't pull up right now. That's what I was doing when I was back there. My program is not online right now to where I can try to view it, to where I can see what I'm looking at. So I can't tell anything right now. The only thing I can tell from this is that when you purchased it, that was the zip code that was typed in.
Yeah.
So the little sticker that they put on there, it's called a little PBI. It's got the zip code of the destination. So at the processing plant, that's what gets read before any address, anything else that you hand wrote. It's all based on that little PBI thing because it's the information is encoded in that little bitty barcode.
So when I purchased my postage, someone screwed up.
From what I can tell, but I can't tell that because I can't pull an image to see what I'm looking at. I mean, to see what was actually on the package for them to have typed in that zip code.
When will you be able to view the package? There's a lot of money in limbo right now.
I can't even pull up the program. That's what I was doing back there. She brought that back here to me. I typed it in, the tracking number, to see what I could pull up.
Is there any date and time that I can come that you guys will be able to pull up to use your program?
Well, I mean, I can take your name and number and give you a call as soon as it pulls up. But I can't speed the process up on that, unfortunately.
So is there?
But that only tells me that it's at the Houston processing plant. And the other stuff. It tells me it's at the plant, but I still can't isolate a package at the processing plant. If it was at the local post office, I could call that station and say, "Hey, I'm trying to look for a package." If it's going back to them.
Well, it's being sent back. It's being sent back to them over and over. Is what you're telling me?
That's what I told on the tracking.
So obviously.
Let me have that.
So obviously there's got to be a visible discrepancy in the.
Yes and no, because like I said, all that information is based on that little bitty barcode that was put on there with the zip code. That was a zip code, the 77254. That's what was punched in. That's why it wound up in Houston to begin with. But without being able to actually look at it, I don't have any information. As soon as my program pulls back up, I'll get an image, but that will just tell me what I'm looking at, but it doesn't give me the package.
But you'll be able to see the address I wrote on there.
Versus what was actually punched in, but.
And when that happens.
Now,